Can I use?
I mean every single word that comes out of my mouth when I say that Cincinnati, Ohio is the biggest dumpster fire in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant, slay the competition cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see as well. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
no, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Right, cool. Thank you, Shannon. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for another episode of the Korner Booth pregame. As you've noticed, I've been away from the pregame for a little bit. My name is Samir Singh. As you know, I'm making my triumphant return. I've unfortunately had class scheduled at 6:30 to 8:15. 9:15 on Thursday nights. And here I am on spring break, god damn it. So we're back. Jared will be back. Jared will be here in a second. He's caught up. He's fighting a bear outside of his house. But, you know, of course we have a very special guest tonight.
In Connecticut, I don't blame them. There's bears everywhere.
Everywhere.
I come across
you say that, but once I
come across 4 every day. I mean, it's just.
Wait.
I haven't encountered a bear.
Are we talking about the animal bear or like the other type of bear?
Both,
yeah.
There's plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're kicking off the weekend here with the pregame. We got Ryan McCarthy in the house.
Woo!
How you doing, sir?
Well, I was about to take a sip of my cider, but you interrupted me, but I'm good.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sip away. And now we have first time guest here at the Korner Booth podcast, my very good friend out of Fordham University, Mr. Michael Benton.
How's it going, everyone? Thank you very much.
How you doing, my good friend?
I am absolutely fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm fine. I mean, all this news in the NFL, but none of it involving the Giants. So
none of it involving the Steelers. So I mean,
or the Jets.
Yeah. All right. So we're all kind of in the same boat there. But you know, I feel like
Oh wait, I'm in the corner. I'm in the corner booth. I gotta make it appropriate. Hang on. Hang on.
Of course.
Go.
Yeah, that's very classic. As you can see, our sponsors there are Yeats Official. Promo code Korner Booth for a discount on those sweet shades Mr. McCarthy's wearing. Mm-hmm. But Mike, as a Steelers fan, I think you got probably the least to worry about between us. I think they're the few guys that you're comfortable with having your quarterback. I don't know. How many guys out there right now would you say you're comfortable having as your quarterback, including rookies?
4, probably maybe 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
so how about a Mariota?
He's on my list. So I don't know. It's not ordered, but right now it would probably be Mariota, Jimmy G. Then you got Deshaun Watson, who there's actually like somewhat.
We'll see tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens with that.
I don't know.
And then I'm a big Malik Willis guy. I know a lot of people like are saying that he's not gonna come out of the draft that strong, but I think he could get it done with the Steelers. And then also Kenny Pickett, obviously, pick guy. I think he'd be cool just to come straight to Pittsburgh. You know.
I mean, Mr. Tiny Hands himself.
Mr. Tiny Hands.
I want to punch a wall every time I have to hear this tiny hands.
Honestly, who gives a damn?
Punch a wall.
I never heard about this before any combine. Like, no, I've never heard this mentioned And then now suddenly, all of a sudden, why? Was it Adam Schefter just trying to get a couple more likes? That guy's a little weirdo, huh?
Like, you got enough clout, dude. You work for ESPN. We get it.
I used to like him a lot when I was a kid, and you know who hates him? Jared really hates the guy. And now he's kind of rubbing it off on me.
I've got a friend who absolutely despises him because of what happened last year with the draft and Aaron Rodgers, that whole drama. Hates him, absolutely hates him. He's a Packers fan, as you can imagine. So has absolute disdain and hatred of 1,000 white hot burning suns.
Speaking of, I think Jared talked about I wasn't on the podcast.
This messed me up.
I don't know if you guys noticed my sweet tan.
Hey!
Oh shit! There he is.
Oh man, fellas, happy back to baseball.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get into that, baby. We are back. Nice hat. You know what, Jared?
Mike, welcome to the shit show that is my life and the corner booth.
Thank you, Jared. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here.
How's that bear doing? You fought him off?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a bear.
You're fighting a bear. We told you we were fighting a bear.
Yeah, no, I was. Well, I mean, if a bear being the same psycho customer that kept me until 5 o'clock last week that I was late for, then yes. And the job still went south, and I thought I only had half a day today. So, that's just how life works, kids. I'm just,
Jared,
little things.
We're happy
guys.
to have you.
Little things, guys. I honestly, the second week in a row, I've been running late, and I didn't even have to call Mike for a code. Miracles do happen.
Yeah, there you go. I'm reliable as ever. Everyone knows how reliable and wonderful I am. That's
this being
really
the guy's first live
surprise.
stream since the offseason started.
I already told them I had class. All right, can't skip class.
C's get degrees, and so does skipping class, Samir.
C's and B's get threes.
Damn straight. I'm living proof of that. Oh my god, dude! You see the breaking news? What have you guys been talking about since the 5 minutes I missed?
We were talking about the Steelers.
We're talking about Adam Schefter. Our mutual disdain for Adam Schefter getting
he's a
clout.
little creep weirdo.
Well, also,
did
you guys watch his interview on PMT this week?
No.
Oh my god, it was hysterical. It actually made him like more human and less of a creepy robot.
I actually have his book on audio. Is a book about how he met his wife. His wife was widowed on 9/11, and she had a kid with this guy who she married prior to meeting Adam Schefter, and he wrote about a book about how he became basically the father by default because the other guy died. So he talks about fatherhood and raising raising a kid who's not his own. I haven't taken the time to listen to it yet, but it doesn't make him sound like human being. So that sounds like he sounds like a decent guy outside of doing that kind of work.
Yeah, I mean, I've never thought he was a bad guy. I just always had an issue with him saying he was like in the same breath as Jay Glazer, Rappaport, Jeremiah Garofalo, Pelissero, because those guys really don't come at it with an axe to grind, or at least they don't come at it with an opinion. Where with Schefter, I always have a feeling he's either playing somebody's camp, and the reports last year about Rodgers and everything that leaked out and the Washington and everything, all that stuff, like now it's like, Schefter's not innocent whatsoever. So that is why I unfollowed him on Twitter. I don't even follow Mort either. I literally follow the NFL guys and Jay Glazer. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I started talking and I was muted. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I was doing.
I totally did. I thought I was going to wait until this is his first time running the show tonight, so I'm watching him just. It's okay. This happened to me when Kevin let me run the first one like last September. So,
I was trying to put up the YouTube link and also trying to run the show.
I know.
And then I decided I had to mute it because I was clickety clacking it, and I was like, I wonder if they could hear my clickety clacking it. That's what I was thinking in my head.
Nah, you're fine. Well, I mean, did you guys see the news that popped up while I was flying home besides the MLB? Khalil Mack is going to the Chargers.
Dude, awesome. And they kind of robbed him. They could get a first back. How ridiculous is that?
Why?
Did you see what they? Do you
And
see
think
what? Do you
about
see what the
Mack
Bears
and
getting back?
Bosa.
What? You see what the Bears are getting back though?
A second and a sixth.
In 2023.
Oh my goodness.
It's like flipping a used car for a really premium used car for basically nothing.
Well, here's also the thing. In the Bears' defense, Khalil Mack is not the same player he was 2.5 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever they made that trade. But is he still a top 10, top 15 pass rusher? Oh, yeah, he is. Out of the 64 starting pass rushers on every in the NFL, he's definitely top 15. But honestly, for the Chargers, that's a perfect combination for Ingram for Bosa. And now they can focus on linebacker depth, getting into the corner, J.C. Jackson, and, a bunch of other. See, because we had our good friend of the show, Angela Duke, selflessly put himself into the Lions Den hosting the show with me on Tuesday. And we were talking about this, that, Patriots are re-signing J.C. Jackson. So who's first? I'm like, Chargers feel like they're going to burn that entire cap on their defense because that offense literally just needs, a backup for Eckler in their set. And maybe I'd say maybe a tight end. Tight end would be
You
good.
don't like Josh Kelly? I like Josh Kelly. He's not bad. I like Justin Jackson. I think they're okay.
They need a speed guy to back up Eckler because Eckler's kind of a bruiser with some shiftiness.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I think you just get a big guy with him. I think he's fast. I mean, he's fast. He's top. Everyone knows I'm an Austin Eckler truther, but I think he's a top 10, top 5 speed alone. He's small, shifty, and fast.
Relax on this. Top 10, maybe not even maybe top.
Whoa,
15
hold
at the
on.
running position. At the running back position, I can think of 10
running backs better than Austin Eckler. Go. Right
open field speed. I'm not saying skill. I'm saying open field speed.
I still think he's there.
Okay. There's 2 on my team alone that are faster than him 40 time wise alone. And we're not even talking about open field speed. I've seen Sanders clock over 21. Same thing with Kenneth Gainwell. Let's see Austin Eckler hit that. That's just my team.
I'm looking at his 40 time. I don't know.
Tony Pollard. There's another one. Dalvin Cook. We can keep going down the list. I believe Aaron Jones.
4.43 he ran.
4.43?
4.43.
Okay, so he ran a faster 40 time than Sanders then. Wow, that's crazy. I was expecting a 4.55 or something like that. But no, still Eckler also, I feel like he just gets so much contact and never see him actually break a long run. Maybe that's where that stigma comes from.
Dude's not afraid to take tackles,
Well, I'm not saying some other people's aren't. I'm just saying it's like the way that I watched probably Austin Eckler live like 16 times now since he replaced Melvin Gordon just on like TV and everything else. And I've never seen him bust a long run. It's just weird. So I don't know how to make of it.
I don't know either, but can we talk about Russell Wilson? Because did you talk about Russell Wilson? Yeah, you talked about it on the podcast.
I talked about it a little bit, but if you want to keep hitting on it, go for it.
I just am a little excited. I think the Broncos are a Super Bowl contending team. Von Miller wants to go back. But then I'm like, are they? Because the division is also stacked. Will they even make the playoffs?
It'll be a crazy
the division. Is
division.
going to eat itself out?
Here's
Not in that way.
Here's my thing about the Broncos, and I guess I'll start with this: is the Von Miller thing would be awesome because this way, like the dude never put his house up on the market. His kids are still going to school up there, and he's been teasing it for months. And I guarantee he'd take a hometown discount tomorrow for Denver. The only reason they haven't done it yet is because the tampering period doesn't start until Tuesday or Monday. Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
No, it starts on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. Oh, so yeah, that's right. We have. By the way, boys, next week, if you're not doing something, you need to watch me and Samir are hosting the Korner booth free agency special / Jared's birthday.
Wow.
It's also St. Patrick's Day, so there's going to be a lot of beer consumed.
Jared, I realize both of us are born on the 17th. Isn't that something?
That's because we're the best damn podcast around, kid.
And speaking of, 17 minutes ago.
Whoa. Allegedly.
No, I mean, close second. No credentials required.
Got that right.
And the
Oh,
late,
by the way,
and the
before
late great around for the weekend.
Oh, we're around for the weekend. A classic.
Oh, by the way, just to interrupt you guys, Austin Eckler's longest run in the NFL is 41 yards.
Really?
Damn, that's not that long.
Longest run, 41 yards. Did it in 2020 or 2018.
Damn. Interesting.
Yeah.
But
There you go.
anyway, speaking of things related to 17 minutes ago, the owners have ratified the new collective bargaining agreement officially. Baseball's officially back.
Yeah.
There's nothing to worry about. Here we go. It's time.
Well, now we can bitch, moan, and complain about everything else about how stupid baseball is. But listen, as a fan of a mid market, I was hoping out of this something would go catastrophic, like my team would get sold because I hate the owners of the Diamondbacks. They're scum. They're the fifth largest state. I mean, the fifth largest city in the damn country, and they're a mid market team because their owners are cheap.
How are they a mid-market team? It's the 7th largest media market.
They leapfrogged 2 cities. I think it was they leapfrogged Dallas and they leapfrogged Miami. Because it's like New York, Chicago, LA, Boston,
Houston.
Phoenix. No, it's bigger than Houston. Oh no, yeah, no, that's right. They bumped Chicago. Chicago got bumped out too. Chicago's 6th.
I don't understand. Well, I just never been to Chicago, so I don't really get why it's so big. I'm like, what's the big deal about this place?
Well, it was one of the
It's not the dish Chicago.
It was a
but I
major
just never
city
been
back in a lot of these cities that are old cities, like New York, old city, Boston, probably the oldest city, Philadelphia, old city, Houston, one of the older it's a port town. So it kind of tracks, but like Phoenix is like Phoenix tracks because it's an oasis.
I guess. I really don't know. Maybe I don't know anything. That's what I'm realizing.
That's why you and me
I know
work
about
so well
sports, and that's what I can talk about.
That's why
So
you and me work so
anyways.
well together. We don't know anything about nothing. Oh man.
So anyways, Freddie Freeman's going to go to the Yankees, and that's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the influx of free agency signings now. Honestly,
it's gonna be a crazy.
So Samir,
24 to 48 hours.
In the next 24 hours, boys, I'm gonna set a number line here, and we're gonna do over under. Ready for the first over under of the season?
Let's go.
Oh my god, I am so excited. All right, first over under of the MLB season. I'm setting the line at 15 signings in the first game in the first week of the season. 15. Take it or leave it. Samir, over or under 15 signings in the next 72 hours. No, 48. Let's be reasonable here. So by 6:30 on Saturday, over under.
I'll take the over. I don't give a damn. I think a whole lot of things. Can we do? Are there going to be signings and trades or only signings?
Only signings.
No, wow, McCarthy's going to get real hard hammered here. No, because the thing is like I think Joey Gallo's going to get dealt.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think so at all. First off, the Joey Gallo slander because all the shift nonsense.
I also want him to go to my team because he fit in our ballpark.
That's why Kevin's taking such a hard stance on the shift. Is because he's just trying to diss Joey Gallo, and I know it
because he's a Yankee.
But you realize Kevin has had horrible attendance in the month of March and February on the show, so I don't care what his opinion is. As I'm about to go drink with him tomorrow night up in Mass, so yeah. Let's see if he talks shit in person.
Beat the shit out of him?
No, because Kevin's not an idiot. He knows. Kevin is a very smart human being. Kevin is probably, at least book-wise, smarter than me. Common sense, probably it's a push. Kevin knows I am a large dude, okay? I am just under 6 foot, 240 pounds of mostly muscle, beer gut, and beard. Okay? He's 5'7" and maybe a buck
right,
60
fellas?
soaking wet.
Am I right, fellas?
Kevin
Right,
knows
Mike?
never to pick a fight with me. And I would never pick a fight with him because that's not my style. Why would I fight unless they really deserve? But anyway, yeah, Kevin also is just. Listen, it's fine. he also does things to goat you, Samir. I hope you realize that.
Oh yeah,
Because he can't pick on me anymore. Because now my new thing is we start saying shit. I just ignore him or I say let him get it out, let him tire himself out, chase himself in a circle. So
well, I like pissing him off. I think I get to him. That's the thing.
you do get to him. It's hysterical. I get to him just by opening my mouth about politics.
Trust me, Mike knows. Me and Mike argue quite a lot.
All right. Speaking of which, Mike, over under 15 transactions, signings or trades in the next 48 hours in the MLB.
With it being signings and trades, I definitely got to go with the over. Definitely got to go with the over.
Should I bump the number up if I'm doing trades?
I feel like definitely, if trades are included, definitely over.
Okay. We're going back to the drawing board. It's 20.
I agree because, to be honest, my take is I think.
Come on, Ryan. You know it's always anarchy.
You're moving the goalposts, man. Come on. You're moving the fences like Citibank or City Park, City Field.
I am the goalpost.
You are. I am the fences.
All right, Samir, are you still going with Oliver?
Yeah, I'm taking the over easily.
Okay.
Now that you mention it, Ryan McCarthy. I mean, we do have to talk about the Batman if we've all seen it.
We're gonna do
it. Seen it.
Well, I haven't seen it either yet. We can
Damn.
talk about the. We
None
can
of you
talk
guys
about
have seen it?
We can
We'll
talk
talk
about.
about it.
I'm going to watch it this weekend.
Dude,
all right.
It's cold. I work 2 full-time jobs.
No, I understand, man. I understand.
I cover games. I'm out all the time.
McCarthy and me hustle, man. That's what we do.
That's right.
Hey, man, I hustle too, but it's spring break for me, so that's.
I know you're on vacation. What's that like? All right, Mike, you still taking 20? Or are you on the over? Or are you gonna go push or under?
I'll switch it up. I'll go with the under. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it could definitely be the under. I mean, if you bring it up by 5 within the next 48 hours, 20 is reasonable, but that's still like a lot of moves, I guess. So
I expect Jeff Passan is going to be blowing my entire phone up because I have his Jets thing, his Twitter notified him and Ian Rappaport, the only 2 insiders I have. And Shams, because Shams drops everything from politics to like basketball. So I only if I have you favored, and Mike Garofalo because he covers the Eagles a lot. So but there we go, Mr. McCarthy. 20 over or under transactions, signings, or trades in the next 48 hours. That is 6:30 on Saturday.
I'm taking the over.
Okay.
I'm taking the over. It'll be under 25, though. It'll be somewhere in the 20 to 24 ballpark.
I'm also thinking a lot of the bigger names are going to hold off and see if they can get a little more money, but they're going to be like, okay, it's almost the season. We got to get you in playing and stuff.
Well, yeah, spring training starting right away? When spring training
I believe it's starting Monday or they're gonna try to scramble to get everything done because they have a 3-day weekend basically to say like, hey, let's get this shit together. We got to get everything going.
Okay, hell yeah.
I think also the MLB was like worried that like Florida and Arizona's economies were about to like get a serious torpedo shot if they didn't get in there.
Spring training begins on Sunday.
Okay,
that's per pass.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I also feel like behind the scenes they had the facilities prepped anyway.
Yeah, the players were practicing no matter what.
Allegedly. Oh, did you see my episode yet, Mr. McCarthy?
Yeah, I've watched it. This past season in Letterkenny?
No, the Women's Day holiday one. They just released it.
Oh, there's a new episode?
Yeah,
no, I haven't.
I haven't watched it either. I'll probably watch it tonight after I saw
the trailer for Shorzy.
So I did that.
I am so excited for Shorzy. Oh my god. The fact that he's finally getting his own show makes me so happy because that man's shit talking is next level shit. All right, I am also taking the over. Whoop. All right.
That was awesome. That was very comical.
Well, listen, I have to go like wrangle up a dartboard in about 20 minutes, Samir. So
that's funny. Hopefully
it didn't move. There's a lot. Right now, currently in my house, I am leaving in the next 6 months. My father is moved all of his office stuff into the house. So currently, my office, which consisted of a desk, 3 shelves, another desk, so it's an L, a TV, an original Xbox. That's Ryan. That's what I'm always doing during those Belliot meetings. Wink, wink, and couch, and a couch that my cat sleeps on. He's passed out on right now.
What's going on? Did something happen?
What are you 5?
No, I don't know.
Do I have to
I think-
relinquish your hosting
Did you get-
duties?
No,
Did you
I
get
think
hacked like
something's
Passon did
going
this
on.
afternoon?
I think I'm getting hacked. I think something might be happening. I don't know.
Love is in the air, and so are sticky farts.
I don't.
All right,
I'm
I'm
really
done with
confused,
this.
guys.
Oh boy.
I'm done. I'm done.
All right. Anyways, back to the matter at hand.
You realize I still have producer skills on.
Yes, I know.
I was like, I was gonna give you another 3 or 4 seconds to see if you would actually grow up and get rid of it. You didn't, so bye.
I think it was a good bit.
Oh my god, shut up. All right, let's keep going.
All right. Anyways,
I'm letting you host, man. So you gotta keep me entertained here.
Take
All
the
right.
wheel, Samir. Jeez.
So, anyways, let's talk about where we think everyone's going to land here in early free agency. Obviously, the biggest name out there right now, I'd say, is Chris Bryant. Under Jeff Passon's tweet, first one is announce it, Jeff, and it's Chris Bryant in a Toronto Blue Jays jersey. I think the Blue Jays are major players right now. And as a Yankees fan, I'm scared. As a Yankees fan, I'm thinking, are we going to be looking at like the 4th best team in the division come opening day? I don't know. It's quite possible. Now, a source tells Michael that Brian Cashman has said not to worry about this offseason, but also that, we might not be getting a big shortstop, which is all offseason what we were talking about. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Who's moving around? Who are the big names you guys are looking at?
Well, first off, you said Freddie Freeman already. I mean, I think it's kind of a slam dunk. He goes to the Yankees. Like, if anything, it's Giannis at the top of the key, and there's only a point guard in front of him. But that's the best analogy I can think of here. It's like it looks like Giannis is going to the. I mean, not Giannis. Wow, it looks like Freddie Freeman's going to the Yankees. Bryant to the Blue Jays would be fun, especially with that just absolute murderer's row getting their lineup of hitters. I mean, they need more pitching. God damn. But they got my boy Robbie Ray, though.
Robbie Ray's a great pitcher. Yeah, I mean,
the fact that we let him walk still hurts me because he was my favorite Diamondbacks ever.
I mean, you guys weren't going to pay him. I mean,
we would have. Actually, no, we wouldn't have. we didn't even want to pay Goldschmidt. I'm like, hey, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, you guys might sell Ketel Marte. I don't know where the Diamondbacks
No, we're not.
are.
We refuse with their new management. Their new GM is going to refuse because Marte could play 2 different positions.
No, he's great. I'm not saying he's not great. He is.
And they basically have an entire lineup of first year guys or second year guys because I think it's the year of service. So I think only 2 of them made the opening day roster. I don't know how they did. I don't know what the new league agreement is with years of control, but me and Samir, you may have this conversation 7 months ago when the Diamondbacks basically started their entire top 10 rotation of prospects in the lineup.
Yeah.
Varsho, Smith, Rojas, the whole 9 yards. And basically besides Marte and I believe a catcher. No, wait, Varsho's catching. So, yeah, no. I think it's like 2 players, Marte and one other guy. It's all Peralta. It's all young guys. And so, I mean, I could see them go make a move, but I'm just gonna sit here and be quiet. Hopefully, we don't fuck it up too bad.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I have a feeling the Yankees are gonna be one of the first teams to make a move. If not that, I think Boston's still like Bostoning this, where they're gonna just kind of like, we're trying to cut back money to pay for the Boston Globe. So John Henry, everybody.
Yeah, I really don't know the Red
Kev.
Sox where they're at. I'll be honest. I think the Red Sox seem to be kind of static in the offseason. I think they like where they're at. I feel like they're going to consider their big offseason acquisition to be getting Chris Sale back healthy. Just because like they didn't have him all year and they were that good. And I don't know how much money they have. I don't think it's a ton. But I just don't think they need to invest in anyone. I think Schwarber was their big move, and with the universal DH, it's going to work out even better. They don't have to have him play
I'm
first.
so excited for that because as an NL team, as much as I loved watching like guys like Bumgarner or Mike Owings hit dingers, it's, Diamondbacks have always had at least one good hitting pitcher. Like we had Greinke for a while, we had Mike Owings, now we had Bumgarner. It's really annoying.
Dude,
there we go, Kev.
While we're at it, I mean, we have one of our friends, one stupid idiot named Colin Sullivan, who thinks that the universal DH is bad. He's like, no, it adds strategy. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I'm calling him out right here and now.
All right, so call him out. Speak your piece. What you got?
Well, I'm just like, how are you gonna? The average for all pitchers was like 105 last year.
But Samir ruins the integrity of the game.
What integrity of the game, dude? Like, what the strategy is? What you keep your pitcher in and what?
It's an auto out.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Unless
it's
every team maybe has one pitcher who can maybe get one or two hits per week.
And granted, it's fun. Like it is fun when whatever that guy hit a grand slam off Max Scherzer, that Padres guy. That was probably one of the best moments of the year. But who cares? Because that could be happening way more. Think about it. I mean, obviously it was great as a pitcher, but if that was a grand slam anyways, that'd still be a great moment. And that would happen more if people hit. And
So-
Kev comments, I just want to see the shift rules, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they agreed on most of the rules already, but also
I didn't see anything about the shift though. If we want to talk about the things that they did add in this,
I'm also intrigued. New York Mets out on Conforto and Bryant.
Mets have big spenders.
The Mets just threw Max Scherzer basically a Brinks truck and a half.
Well, yeah, no, but I don't think they have the money for Chris Bryant. I don't think. I feel like Conforto, they could have at least shelled some money for him. No, Conforto, I'm surprised about because
he's a B-level outfielder at best. Right? I'm like,
no,
McCutchen and Nelson Cruz also are both tweeting out like, where are we going?
Damn. I mean, I don't really want Andrew McCutchen. He's kind of washed. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I love Andrew McCutchen. He's one of my favorite players. That was kind of mean what I said, but I do love Andrew McCutchen. Don't think I'm a hater. But yeah, I mean, nothing's been announced yet, but another thing I do want to talk about is these shift rules. Because another quote from Rob Manfred. I don't give a damn what Rob Manfred has to say.
Okay.
Rob Manfred eats donuts with a fork and knife.
Yeah, literally.
Rob Manfred cuts pizza with a fork and knife.
And I don't want to bring
eat it with your hands.
Exactly. My barbarian ass. Watch as I bust open this twisted tea with my teeth. No, I'm not doing that. I got to go to the dentist in a few weeks. I did that once when I was wasted at a bar. Never again.
Ooh, just hearing that made me want to grab my mouth.
Can I go back to Chris Bryant real quick?
Yes.
I'm surprised the Mets are out on him because Uncle Steve was set to break the bank. I mean, he broke the bank on Max Scherzer. I'm surprised he's not breaking the bank on Chris Bryant. That would make a good. I think it'd make a good fit. Did they say why they're out on him?
It just says they just don't fit. They're just not. They're just pulling out. Maybe they've been informed by their management that they've already picked the team they're signing with. I'm not sure.
Well, think about it. They already have 2-star middle infielders already that they're spending big money on. All right, never mind. Baez is gone. Yeah, I guess I have the room.
They're talking about.
I forgot about the Baez move.
One of the things I'm thinking about, yeah, right. One of the things I keep seeing is Soler and Rosario re-sign with the Braves.
I think Soler's staying. 100%.
I only think they're getting one. I think one of them's gonna walk. I don't know which one it's going to be.
No, I think they're gonna keep Soler, and I think Soler's the right choice. Soler's an absolute baller when he's healthy, man. Those years with Kansas City are ridiculous, and he showed it in the postseason. Oh my goodness, that guy's nasty.
Where do you guys think Suzuki signs?
I don't. Oh God.
Because they're saying this kid listen, I've watched maybe like 2 minutes of his highlight tape, and the kid's a freak. But they're saying, according to Peter Gammons, Giants have been identified as one of the favorites. Of course they are.
Yeah, they always are.
Yeah, especially for international players, especially from Japan.
Yeah, I mean, these are always kind of an A's kind of thing would be interesting. I think the West Coast teams are inherently. I think the Mariners are probably front runners there. I think the Mariners are what apparently it's a sin to pull out according to the church.
The Catholic Church, not so much Protestant.
Is that actually true?
I don't know. I'm Roman Catholic.
I'm not Catholic.
Listen, the Roman Catholic Church. I am a Roman Catholic until I probably go on the ground. But here's the thing: the Roman Catholic Church has so many fucking rules that make no like. I the other day it was like my dad. I asked my old man because I was hanging out with my buddies. I'm like, why do I have to not eat meat on Fridays? And he sends me this message about what it's from. It was about abstaining, like obedient. It's something about like taking an L basically for the day to pay for your sins. And I'm like, listen, I work out 6 days a week intensely, and I work manual labor 5 days a week. I am not taking an L on my diet just because some other idiot committed a sin.
What?
That's why on my side of the aisle there is no pope. There's no such thing as a pope.
Can we get that on a t-shirt? That was one of the best rants I think I've ever heard.
These are all recorded, Samir. Like, it's on our YouTube. You can go back and find this fucking shirt if you want.
Oh man! According to the church, intercourse is for procreation, and that's it. Damn. Well,
come to Protestantism, guys. It's not just for procreation.
I just gotta hang out. I'll be honest with you guys.
Ryan, that sounded really Catholic. That sounded really like a Catholic priest right there, Ryan. Oh my god!
My whole thing is that I watch sports. Look at
sex.
My hair.
It's not just for sex. It's not just for making babies.
There you go.
No, I understand. I'm with you there.
Okay, so listen, my foreman does have 3 kids and like 34, so that does track.
That's pretty wild. Yeah, no, they always have.
What do you think of Nick Castellanos? Like him and Conforto are like weird to me because they're both like those mid-tier outfielders that both can hit for power, both have decent batting average, both can like put runs on the board.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, Jared, I had to make a correction for you. Robbie Ray signed with Seattle.
Oh yeah, he did.
That's right.
5 years, 115 mil.
And you know who else? Who else went to Seattle? Adam Frazier.
You know who else might be going to Seattle? They're talking about this on Bleacher Report. I'm kind of like peeping their articles right now because they punched out like 15 articles in the last like 20 minutes. I'm actually kind of impressed. The schmucks at Bleacher Report. Now Steve Peralta doesn't work there anymore. So we can bust their balls, but yeah. Actually, no, they're at Schmucks. Actually, it's decent. I still use their website, so I can't complain. But Chris Bryant, they're talking. They think Bryant's going to ink a 7-year deal with them to the Mariners. I'm like,
yeah.
When did the Mariners? Is it 2001 again? Like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, no, it's just that their entire team this past year way overperformed. They won 91 games, and they have a ton of money to spend. And so why the hell not go all in? You have Kalanick coming up. You have Rodriguez coming up. You have what's his face, Emerson Hancock coming up. You have some really great prospects in an already overperforming team. Why not go all in? That's what I think.
One of the other interesting things I saw is they're talking maybe Greinke goes back to LA with Kershaw, and I'm like, really?
I think Kershaw's out. I think Kershaw's going to the Rangers.
I know he goes home, but it's like, why would you want the AARP pitching staff?
Yeah,
like Zach Greinke can't. I don't even think Zach Greinke can hit 90 anymore.
No, I think he can. I think he
was barely tapping 90 when he was pitching for Arizona, and that was what, 3 years ago now.
I think he still hits 94. This is an overreaction, I think. Let's be honest with ourselves.
94?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I don't even think Mad Bum can hit 94 anymore.
This is blasphemy you're speaking.
No,
You know,
because
like the average
I
fastball
watched
that-
them both itch. Samir, I've had MLB extra innings for the last 3 years. I watched more Diamondbacks games than anyone in the East Coast probably.
So real quick, it says online, at least in 2020, Greinke's average fastball was 87.1 miles an hour.
He tops out at 91. Says
So
Baseball
I mean, that's the average. And that's a fastball. It says average fastball speed. So
he tops out at 92.
I know Mad Bums is like 89, 91, somewhere in that range. But yeah, no, Greinke hit 92 on the gun, and I think it's Steve Berfume, who does our play-by-play for Arizona, lost his shit. He was like, wow, a little gas was Zach Greinke there. It was a high fastball. I think he struck out who was it? Trevor Story. It was the COVID year. No, 2 years before. Sorry, 2019. I was watching it on MLB TV, and they were like, and they had the Diamondbacks broadcast, and he went up top on Story, and Berfume's losing his shit because he's like, yeah, a little gas from Greinke. I'm like, he threw 92. I think everyone in our bullpen throws harder than that, but I don't know. I'm just with those pitchers. I feel like Greinke should just call it a day. He's had a Hall of Fame career. He's won a title or two. Just call it a day. It's over.
No, I think he was super effective last year. He was great for the Astros.
I think he's a good number 2 or 3 pitcher at this point.
Yeah, so why retire?
Fair. Come back to Arizona, Zach. We use you as a 4.
I don't think there's any chance in the world he goes back to
Yeah,
Arizona.
Apparently he liked his time
go
in
back,
Arizona.
win a title, go to the Diamondbacks.
I mean, he apparently he really loved his time in Arizona. So I was like, that's cool. I guess he appreciated it there because it's quiet, unlike Los Angeles. Fuck the Dodgers. The last one. Where is Carlos Correa going, guys?
I always thought it was gonna be the Yankees, but I don't think that's happening anymore. I mean, obviously, but
they're holding out for Trevor Story, or they're probably bring somebody up from the minors. But I think Story goes to the not Story. Correa goes to the Cubs.
That's what I'm seeing too. I think Cubs. I also think just don't be surprised some random team out of nowhere throws them a ridiculous deal.
Brewers.
Now that Derek Jeter's gone, maybe the Marlins try to take a big swing. I'm because he's from the area.
Can they afford him?
Yeah, their payroll is nothing.
Their payroll is zero.
Exactly. They literally have more money than they know what to do with it. That's the thing is this is a weird year because with the delay and everything else, it's like I could even see Arizona chucking their hat in the ring for this one because they really don't have a true shortstop. They have Nick Ahmed, but it's like they're kind of just done with his lack of offense. And Arizona every couple of years does throw a Brinks truck at a superstar. So
yeah, I don't know quite about that.
Listen, they threw Zach Greinke more money than they way should have, but it's okay.
You know what? You guys could be.
No, they have the money of a large market team. They just don't spend it.
You guys would probably go out and get if the Yankees don't re-sign him, you'd probably go get an Anthony Rizzo. I feel like
we'd go get a Rizzo. We'd probably go get a Nick Castellanos or maybe a Conforto. That'd be
not that Rizzo. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But the thing is, our main superstars that we are trying to build around are basically Ketel Marte. Honestly, I'm Arizona is probably going to be mostly in pitching in free agency. Honestly, for the next couple of weeks. But they may go get a Conforto or Castellanos. But honestly, they're all their young guys is where their offense is coming from. That's kind of the way.
Someone I'm really thinking about going to the Yankees is Rodon. I think Rodon is someone.
Yes,
I was thinking the same thing because they need a lefty in their rotation.
Yeah, and he is filthy. Oh my goodness, I love Carlos Rodon. I have him on my fantasy team, and he is amazing to watch.
It's hysterical. I completely forgot that Dallas Keuchel is still pitching. And I looked at the White Sox rotation. I looked at the White Sox rotation this morning. Wait a minute, this name hasn't been relevant since 2015.
How hard is that guy throwing now?
82.
Yeah, right.
Basically,
I love that guy's beard.
What I threw as a freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him throw a couple times up in Troy, up where I live. He was in the Valley Cats back in the day. Yeah.
I've never been to a proper minor league game. We have the Yard
I've been-
Goats up in Hartford, but I've never been.
Oh, that's
I went
right.
to-
You're too young for the Rockets. Oh my God, Samir. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I don't know the yeah, no.
I got to watch Justin Morneau live. I got to watch Garrett Jones. I got to watch Adam Jones.
Damn.
I got to watch Joe Mauer once. That was cool. Brian Dozier I saw a couple of guys. It was actually pretty cool. I didn't know it was Brian Dozier until I looked back. I was like, oh, 2000, whatever it was. I was like, oh my God, I watched him play.
I saw Mo Rivera when he was a starting pitcher with the Albany Colony Yankees.
Nice.
That's insane.
Yeah, when he was a starter, not when he was a reliever.
He was a starter for his first year in the league, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah, that's
then he had surgery, and then he
because they had
was a
what's his face
reliever.
from Texas, John Wetland or whatever was the other one.
John
they had?
Wetland was because Mo was a setup for Wetland in '96, and then when Wetland
didn't Wetland throw
left.
like just absolute fucking gas cans?
gas.
That's a Texas country boy right there, just absolutely slinging missiles. Like okay, I gotta say this. One of the things I love about baseball, one of the things like I think is just so good, is having a closer who just throws absolute piss missiles the entire at bat, or has like just an absolute like or Mo like who throws like a 95-mile-an-hour cutter. It's just not fair. I was who is it? I think there's a guy in the Reds or Cardinals who throws a cutter and it's like 99 miles an hour or something like that. I can't remember this kid's name right now because they were talking about just. By the way, shameless plug here. One of the guys I follow on TikTok and Instagram, we follow them on both pages, Samir, because of this. Just Baseball. These guys are hysterical and they're so on about it. They shit on my Diamondbacks a little too much, but I still love their shit though. And they were talking about efficiency rating with cutters. There was this one kid out of the NL Central, 99-mile-an-hour cutter. That's fucking ridiculous. How do you hit that?
You don't. You pray. You close your eyes and swing and pray and hit contact.
Okay, so I'm about to cue Kevin making jokes about Jared's high school. Like when I was in high school, I threw a natural cutter because like my middle finger was stronger than my pointer. So my fastball would tail, but it wouldn't tail as hard as a cutter. So it's just kind of weird. I think they call it a trailing fastball or some shit. My highest I think I ever hit was 87. Maybe 88 if I'm on a generous speed gun, right?
It seems like there should be some sort of banner for this.
I will fucking kick you from this fucking studio.
I'm not, but I'm just saying if Kevin was here, he would do
okay, listen. I didn't even bother inviting him this week because Kevin's just been on his I've got shit to do. I'm like, okay, whatever, buddy. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I can't even imagine an MLR cutter. That's fucking insane.
Yeah. But anyway,
let's go. Can we talk football? I know.
I was really just about to say, I'm getting kind of lost in the weeds with baseball. I haven't really paid attention since December.
Same. I'm like my brain's trying to restart itself.
Yeah.
I actually started paying attention to college baseball.
I was literally just about to say, we've had enough. We've had enough talk. Let's go to the main event.
Oh.
Football.
Flyers, Sabres and Knights. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's Jack Eichel's return to Buffalo is on right now.
Oh, that's fun. That's actually fun.
Sorry, go ahead.
But anyways, it's massacre week here in the NFL. Everyone's getting ready to get under the cap. But we also have some wild moves coming. Obviously, we haven't talked about you know who, Jared. Your ex-lover there. Mr. Shall I say his
Kamikaze
name?
Commander Carson. Let's fucking go. Shout out to Pat McAfee for that amazing name, by the way.
Tag along has made his appearance in the podcast.
Hold on. I gotta go get a tag along's buddy. Hold on.
Stop chewing on that, dude. Come on. Look at the people. Say hi to the people.
Jared's about to go fight another bear, I think.
Jared's ghosting us, literally.
Yeah, Jared. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I'm going to say this as a fantasy owner. So happy I got off Terry McLaurin. Woo! Oh, my God. Carson Wentz.
You got rid of him quick, too.
Yeah, I did. I believed in him, man. I think the guy's a real beast. Oh.
It's Ghost.
Uh-oh.
I have brought my large feline.
I wish I had a cat.
All 19 and a half pounds of this bastard.
Whew. That's a big one.
Yeah, he's how long? You're like what, 3.5 feet long now with nose to tail.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Ryan, he goes. I love tag along, just sniffing the camera.
You're just like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
That's the
Ghost is
guy.
so now Ghost is now officially the biggest cat. So like a lot of my friends and
Would you
family have
count
cats. So I had a customer on Tuesday. She's a Broadway producer, and
Oh, wow.
I was cleaning her ceramic floor. I think she did Something's Folly. She did one with Mickey Rooney, 80s and 70s. That was her big time, but retired obviously. And so she had 3 cats, right? They were all full grown tabby cats, and they were like a fraction of this jackass's size. And I was like, holy shit. And then I also realized how big he is
Ollie's
by how
falling?
much food he consumes per hour. Not per day, per hour. I go through about a third of a cup of food per half day.
Okay.
Just most, and I feed him like that heavy protein, all natural shit. So like he literally just grows like a beanstalk. So yeah, that's
Christ, what do you eat? Feeding that thing.
Oh, also rotisserie chicken.
Disgusting.
Rotisserie chicken. That's his other thing he loves.
Jesus.
Oh, and Tostitos. That's his new thing.
And human toes, probably.
I'm not gonna no comment because he did try to chomp off my toe the other day when I was like sitting on the couch.
Well,
because his breed,
football.
Yeah,
football. I also Samir.
Anyways, let's jump into the shit that's happened since we've last talked. First off, Kyle Van Noy released from the Patriots. I'll be honest, he's gonna be back in the Patriots, right? Like sooner or later. He just cycles through. I don't know. This is something I'm not really surprised about. They'll get someone else. We got Jesse Bates as a franchise tag. Jesse Bates, I think, is one of the best safeties in the league. Good move by the Bengals, in my mind. I think the Bengals are competent.
We covered most of the franchise tags on Tuesday because it was the deadline.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is Gesicki is trying to appeal to be paid as a wide receiver, which is cracking me up.
I was very confused about Miami tagging Gesicki. I was very confused about that.
He's not a top 10 tight end. And he's getting paid like a top 5 tight end.
You got a bunch of tight ends who got tagged. Schultz got tagged by the Cowboys, which is disappointing.
That makes sense, though. That actually makes sense.
It made sense, but to me, as a Jets fan, that's very disappointing because I was looking at him as joining the Jets this year.
See,
and Joku,
I thought, what's his face was going?
Yeah, and Joku getting tagged was really surprising to me.
Yeah,
Cedar Crow
was still a big cap hit.
Sorry, and Joku's from my mom's hometown, so
that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the best free agent tags was obviously, I think Chris Godwin, because if you look at it, like you weren't going to keep anybody else on that Bucs team, and he seemed to be the one that was definitely going to go. Now maybe you can entice somebody with the hope that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are still there for them. You can get maybe a game manager.
Are you and me throwing the damn ball? Like, what the hell is happening at quarterback? It's the biggest issue to me.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm like, you keep these surrounding people, then
maybe entice like a free agent or so to like see if they want to come down. But
maybe you trade for Jimmy G. I think Jimmy G's a guy.
Jimmy G would
obviously
be good in the box.
Brady backup.
But that's also like who's gonna play running back because Fournette's walking. He's not staying in Tampa.
They draft one. They probably draft one.
I mean, yeah, you got Walker. You got the kid out of Arizona State.
Keyshawn Vaughn's there. He looked kind of good towards the end of last year.
Who was the kid out of who was the kid around the big motherfucker who out of Iowa State? I watched his tape on Saturday morning, a little hazy. I was like, holy smokes. Talking about too. He's a moose.
Oh, wait, you're talking about what for this draft class?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, Breece Hall?
Breece Hall. That's what
Breece Hall is a moose.
Yeah.
That man runs so damn hard. I'm like, I watched his tape and it was like watching a roadkill fantasy. It was like, what the just dudes getting laid out all across the field trying to tackle this guy. I was actually pretty impressed by him. The other thing that was cracking me up was the kid at Arizona State, whose name is escaping me right now. Hell of a runner. Very shifty.
Rashad White?
Yeah, it was Rashad White.
Okay.
His 40 wasn't great, but the problem is like he was just had like LaShawn McCoy level qualities where it was just like he could stop on a dime, reverse field, cut left, cut right, juke like Le'Veon Bell McCoy, where it's like kind of impossible to get a hand on. It was impressive. Then Kenneth fucking Walker and James Cook.
Kenneth Walker is. I mean, one thing I'm like, is he a little old? He's coming in a little older. Is that the one thing? Maybe he looked good last year because he was a little older. But no, I mean, the guy runs hard. I think he's going to be a good NFL running back. A lot of people are kind of doubting that. But I think people that are saying this running back class is weak are maybe a little wrong. I mean, Breece Hall, Isaiah Spiller, Rashad White, and Kenneth Walker are around at a good top 4 that like all could be 3-down guys potentially. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm also a big Ty Chandler guy.
Mm-hmm.
His tape was fun to watch. Because Samir, last weekend, because I was kind of in and out of the house a lot, I had a little downtime. I watched maybe 10 hours of film last weekend. I was pretty proud of myself. I watched about
humble brag.
19 different prospects I watched. I watched that receiver Watson out of North Dakota State, man. I mean, I get it. Like, he was like a D1 athlete competing against FCS guys, but it was like, holy shit. It's pretty fun. The other one was the white boy out of Cincinnati. That was really fun to watch, was Pierce.
What's his first name?
Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce. Oh, interesting. You know who actually, this wide receiver class, you're right, is very deep. Even, into the deeper like rounds, there's going to be a lot of good guys. Even like John Mechie's the guy that like it's going to fall and be.
Yeah, I know. Gee, did Kevin text you about that one? No, I actually
no.
Like
I'm not here to push that. I'm not here to push that narrative.
I like John Mechie a lot. I like his route running, but I like his explosiveness. I mean, for a small,
I'm just saying he's probably the 7th, 8th, 9th wide receiver, like right off the board right now. I know it's because of his ACL, but there's these really good, like, your Treylon Burks, obviously Garrett Wilson, JMO. I mean, I don't know. Olave's after he ran that 4.240.
Who is it? Okay, can we also talk about how stupid the NFL they got to get better at this 40 time shit?
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, it was bad.
I was losing my shit when I saw that kid. Oh, it was a Thornton from Baylor run like a 4.21. I was like, let's go! So they broke John Ross's record, and much like John Ross, he's probably gonna be a backup in 5 years. But it kind of sucks that like he ran a 4.29. It's like, wow, thanks for being a buzzkill. And then there's a discrepancy. Who his teammate, the cornerback, I can't remember his name right now. Somebody slowed down the tape. If you follow the actual ticker from when he starts on NFL Network, he runs a 4 even.
Yeah, you know what? This same shit happened last year with Jamar Chase, and everyone was saying his 40 time was measured improperly, and yada yada yada.
It was like Jamar Chase last year looked slow. This kid looked faster than a 4.33. This defensive back, and I'm kind of just like, the NFL's kind of just got to be like, all right, relax, okay? Like, I feel like they don't want anybody to break John Ross's record. I was like, because it was, and Ross didn't even look that fast when he ran it, which is hysterical to me.
No, he didn't. But I've just kind of learned that this happened last year, and I just don't think these 40 times matter at all. The combine gives us some good measurements, but I don't think the 40 time is one of them.
I will say also,
I will say breakout speed though. It does. I'm sorry, Mike, let me cut you off, but like I will say like breakaway speed. I'd rather have a receiver who can separate, and if he's got the speed to get away from you, I think it's a hybrid though between the 40 and the 10 and the 3-cone drill. That's kind of my thing. It's like if they have both that are great, then that's fine.
Yeah, online
I
it says
I
that.
kind of like. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say online it says Olave's 40-yard was actually 4.39.
Yeah, they bumped it a
yeah,
ton.
yeah, they bumped it a lot. Yeah. So it just shows
Yeah,
how
I still think he's
inaccurate it
good.
was.
The hype's been going way down on him as a receiver, but I still think he's up there. It's just
I loved. Okay,
stat
so
is a thing.
I'm gonna say I watched this tape Saturday morning, Sunday morning, whatever. Out of all the receivers I watched, the cleanest routes, best hands, and I'm sorry, he looked like he was hauling ass. He didn't look like a 4.39 on that 40. It looked a lot faster. I honestly liked Olave. Garrett Wilson to me looked very raw. A lot of ran himself open kind of routes where Olave just broke the dude's ankles at the top of the route and then outran him. So I definitely think Olave's the better receiver, but of course, just because his 40 time got bumped up to a 4.39, it's going to be. And the fact that we're talking about this, dude ran a 4.4 in 04. Everyone's like losing their shit. It's like, oh, this dude's a speedster. It's like, now it's like if you run less than a 4.4, you're considered slow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Speaking of 40 times, though, now that Ryan McCarthy are back, let's talk about the most terrifying 40 I've ever seen. Jordan Davis, like a goddamn like if I saw that coming at me, I'd shit my pants. I literally don't know what I'd do. Like that is horrifying. And the fact that Kevin was slandering him all this time is ridiculous. That guy's a specimen. It's ridiculous.
He's slandering him because Jordan Davis made that Alabama backfield look like a bunch of us. Okay? You got to realize this with Kevin. It's not personal against Jordan Davis. It's because he plays for fucking Georgia. Okay? I watched him. I watched Trayvon Walker. I watched the other kid. I think it was Elliott. Is that the kid? The other tackle's name? These guys are freaks. Jermaine Johnson transferred to Florida State. Freak. That is Kirby Smart. His recruiting paid off finally, but you're seeing in this draft because you're all his kids. Jordan Davis is a monster. Ryan, please go before I go keep ranting.
Yeah, no. Oh, Jordan Davis. I recently wrote an article on bellyupsports.com as your friendly neighborhood New York Jets beat writer. I have after this combine. At 6'6" and 341 pounds, running a 4.78 40. 4.78. And here's the thing. The knock on him, I was looking at the scouting report on NFL.com before the combine. The knock on him was his speed. And he runs a 4.78 40 at 6'6" and 341 pounds.
That's insane.
Just inhuman. That's nuts.
That's ridiculous. And I just posted the link in our so we can watch it together.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping and praying if the Jets lose fully Fadakasi and maybe release Sheldon Rankins and Nathan Shepard leaves for free agency, I hope the Jets pick him up at 35. I'm hoping and praying because him in the middle will be impossible to stop as a run stopper. Ridiculous.
Is oh man, I can't share it. I'm having trouble sharing it. Oh Jesus. Jared, go ahead, you share it. Click on the link. Because Jesus Christ, we all need to see this thing. But I don't know, Ryan, we were talking about it when you were gone. Do you think, the 40 time is the end all be all for a lot of these prospects, or like how gospel do you take a 40 time for a lot of these guys?
I for linemen or just overall? Just overall,
because we were talking about receivers first, but you can,
I mean, the combine itself, I don't take a whole lot of stock in because there's so much. There's so much. I wouldn't say hype, but just the ridiculous stats that come out. Kenny Pickett's hands. Yeah, he can't grip a football because his hands are smaller than other quarterbacks. So what? 40
I can't
times.
Samir, something going wonky with it.
It's weird. I tried sharing it too. It went weird, but I mean, I don't really take stock in the Ford. I want to see what guys can do on the field. I mean, it's the eye test for me. Not so much the.
So you want to see him? I want to see him on film. That's the way
I want to see what he does on film. I'm more concerned with what he does on film than what he does at the combine in front of a glorified, dare I say, meat market. But it's
Jeez,
you know. But
no, but like I completely agree with you.
I want to see. Yeah, I want to see what Jordan Davis can do on the field.
Okay, so his tape is just he's Fletcher Cox but faster. He just clogs up the hole, makes tackles in the backfield, is just a freak of nature, and he's just stronger than everyone else.
I want to see him line up alongside.
Tape of me.
As a Jets fan, I want to see him line up alongside Quinnen Williams and just dominate the inside. And you will not be able to run this team with Quinnen Williams as one of the inside guys, Jordan Davis on the other, and CJ Mosley in the backfield. You will not be able to run against the Jets.
Jesus Christ. And I he's gonna be there probably at 4 for you.
We got 30. The Jets have 2 second-round picks. They're at 35 and 38.
Uh-huh.
And I have the Jets taking them at 35. It's my wish list, but
interesting. Yeah, that might be a little bit of a prayer, but it could be possible.
But if they'll take him, I got them taking either Leo Chanel, Jawan Brisker, or Sky Moore at 35 if Jordan Davis is not available.
Sky Moore I could definitely see. But I do want to talk about, we brought up the Carson Wentz. We didn't clown him enough, but I do want to talk about the other side of the Carson Wentz trade.
We are Commanders.
Obviously. But I want to talk about the Colts now, because the Colts are now off of Carson Wentz. I've been maybe indoctrinated by the Pat McAfee show to think, Jesus Christ, this team's insanely talented. They have a boatload of money, and all they need is a game manager. Is that all they need? Do they go get another, guard out there, a Teron Armstead? They got a ton of money, and then who do you get? You get someone, and you got 7 Pro Bowlers, and are you a Super Bowl contender? They tried the Carson Wentz thing out, and it looked good for a hot second.
Listen, as somebody who drove the fan bus for the Carson Wentz experience for like the last 4 years before last year, and the more and more that comes out about Carson Wentz, the more and more I realize how much I was misled and lied to. Dude's kind of a piece of shit teammate. I'm not gonna lie. Don't know how he is.
Whoa, where's this slander?
Whoa, hey, listen, it's not. It's the shit that comes out of the reports from Philadelphia and Indianapolis where, like, Indy was getting frustrated with how he, like, wasn't a leader in the locker room.
Hold on. Is this the same person that's saying this? The entire time those reports were coming out, you're like, oh, that's bullshit. No, that's not happening. No.
I was proven wrong. It's something I can admit because I'm the bigger man. I don't know. It's a simple thing to me because it's making sense.
This is amazing. This is an amazing face turn for Jared here. And he's turning on Carson Wentz. This is truly something.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. After 2019, I was in denial. That's kind of what it is. That dude lost that lot.
I'm glad to hear you admit that.
That dude.
The turntables.
It's okay, Kelsey. Your quarterback was just called the Black Kirk Cousins by Amari Cooper. So.
Jesus Christ.
That's what Amari Cooper called him on the sideline. It's like, jeez. It's kind of the truth, though, which is really sad to think about. But my biggest thing with this is with Indy is like, yeah, Indy's got a decently talented team. Listen, I don't know if I got you in the McAfee Samir. You did it yourself, but I've been listening to him for 2.5 years now. The Colts are good. But they're not as good as McAfee blows as much smoke up their ass as they really are.
No.
They're like they're not even close to Indy. I mean, not Indy, Tennessee, talent-wise. But they're not a bad team. The thing is, like, now build around your probably top 2 in the league running back, Jonathan Taylor. Go get another wide receiver, because God forbid Michael Pittman's. Maybe. Or maybe go draft one because there's like 5,000 in this draft this year. I think
I kind of like Pittman. I'm starting to grow on me.
Pittman's a good number 2 receiver.
And I've been a Pittman hater for a long time. Mike knows this, but I don't know.
My biggest problem with Michael Pittman has always been the fact that his separation on shorter routes is not great. But that's my thing. On deep balls, he's just a freak. But
yeah,
with the Colts, it just really comes down to go get Jimmy Garoppolo, go get Marcus Mariota or Mitchell Trubisky. Get something, because I'm sorry, Sam Ehlinger and the ghost of Jacob Eason are not starting quarterbacks.
The Colts are in the exact same situation as the Steelers. Like I can't have Mason Rudolph start next year. I'm gonna have like a mental breakdown.
I need starting so badly. Oh my god!
What? They're not gonna bring Duck Dodgers back from Canada?
That was the worst year of my life.
Dude just said Duck Dodgers.
My god!
I'm sorry, Duck Hodges. Forgot.
Close enough. This dude basically played quarterback like Daffy Duck anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, he's going to be a good starter for the Ottawa Red Blacks next year. I'm not going to discount.
Ottawa Red Blacks. That's a team?
That's a team. It's CFL.
God, I need to watch Canadian football more.
Yeah, you do. It's fun.
See, at least Kelsey's admitting it that Dak Prescott is the black Kirk Cousins.
Here's a thought, guys. I just kind of want to get your feeling on this. Do you think the Colts trade up to try to take Willis or Pickett?
I heard they're big on Matt Corral.
Really?
Yeah, like Willis is like okay. So the thing is with Pickett, apparently, so the landing spots, Willis is most likely going to be a Steeler by the end of the draft day.
Okay.
The Steeler may move up. And get him. Desmond Ridder, I've heard his most likely landing spot is Detroit. Apparently, like, he blew Dan Campbell away at the combine, which is hysterical. He probably talked about lifting weights and pounding coffee. So, and he said, "Yeah, brother, man," and all that other great stuff. I love Motor City. Motor City Dan Campbell is like my hero.
He's the NFL coaching Hulk Hogan. Yeah, brother.
Yeah, and he's Jim Irsay is the owner version.
Jim Irsay, the former power lifter.
Yeah, Jim Irsay, former power lifter. The best Jim Irsay impression of all time, though, is still Pat McAfee's. I swear to God, he said it the other day, and I was crying. I'm like, oh my God, because Jim Irsay, I've only seen him talk 3 times in public. Once at a press conference, once on Parks and Rec, and then once on the McAfee show. All 3, the dude is a caricature of what I think I'm going to be like at age 70 minus billions of dollars. But
I gotta get into McAfee more. He's on the same time as Rod Peterson. That's the only thing.
Just play the podcast.
Yeah.
No, dude, I love me some McAfee. I watch him almost every day. No, he's fantastic.
AJ Hawk is just a godsend.
So funny.
He's so toxic as a human being. Just will drop like the most like polarizing political thing just to be a dick. Yes, Kelsey, and the lack of the Colombian Bam Bam too.
Hey, when you have billions, you can have all the Coke you want. I mean, bring in the vending machines, man. Come on,
right?
Oh wait, the other Coke. Never mind. Sorry.
My predictions here are simply this: Panthers take Kenny Pickett.
Interesting.
I think now that Wentz is out, I think that Wentz was there like kind of like, okay, maybe we'll go get Carson because like they're the Garoppolo Paisan Garoppolo is probably going to be quarterback for the Steelers. A lot of Yinzers over in Pittsburgh would love that. The Colts, I think, are going to move and go get Matt Corral, or they're going to go sign Marcus Mariota, or both. I think the Colts are going to be like, hey, listen, let's go get a quarterback who's going to learn, hey, if I just hand the ball off to number 28, I'll win games. Where unless Carson Wentz, who allegedly checked out of runs a lot during games.
I don't know. Allegedly.
Allegedly. According to from what I've heard on the McAfee show, allegedly checked out of runs. With an MVP caliber running back. It sounds about like Carson.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I guess so. But I do want to take a look. Let's close out the show, last 15 minutes here, and do a little bit of our quarterback projections.
What about the dartboard?
Oh.
Because I have a dartboard.
We have something very special for everybody here.
So who's going on the dartboard this week?
The Corner Booth dartboard.
The dartboard.
Oh God, it's an actual
Who's
dartboard.
going on it?
Who's going on my dartboard this week?
It's someone I've defended for a very long time. It's someone who everyone else in the world maybe has hated. But I've always defended.
Daniel Jones?
Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, whoa! I defend Aaron Rodgers. This is not a dartboard material.
This is not craft brewed sports. We're defending.
This is for my dartboard.
Oh,
okay. Well, you missed. You missed 3 to you hit the wood.
No.
Phrasing?
Let me explain. Now, Aaron Rodgers, I've defended for a long time. The fact of the matter is, every year we go through this whole routine, and what is it for? He re-signs again, and now I know what's the deal. Is it going to be cap friendly? It seems, the deal hasn't come out yet. But my guess is it's still going to be a lot of damn money. And I hate to say it, but Kevin tweeted something that I maybe agree with. He said, who was never the highest paid player in the NFL? Tom Brady, because he cared about his team. You might be right.
Spare. I know he's right, but spare me.
I know that it's evil to say of me. Evil of me to say, but I'm out here saying it. It might be a heel turn for many of you, but that's what I think.
By the way, that Rodgers contract that Ian Rappaport reported is not the contract.
No, obviously, yes.
Oh no. Apparently, it's gonna be somewhere in the 30s, but it's gonna be very incentive based, so they can go build a team around Rodgers and Adams next 2 years before Rodgers retires. That's the unofficial official word from sources of Pat McAfee. My dartboard is a simple man. Simple as in his brain's fucking strung wrong. This man had a chance. Over the last 4 years, the NBA has struggled. LeBron's declining. You are looking at a time where before, Zion is kind of a failure as a superstar right now. I mean, you got guys like LaMelo, John Morant, Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jason Tatum, Steph Curry. You have good young stars. I mean, Steph Curry's not young anymore, but still, you have young stars, but nothing to bring up the value of the league. Major League Baseball has been an uptick for the last 3 years. Samir knows this. I know this. It has been on an upswing because they've had exciting players, exciting teams, fun World Series, and these schmucks in the Players Union, and especially those rich assholes, the owners, have managed to fuck up. They are right here in the bullseye for me, these jackasses, because baseball, I grew up loving it, okay? Like, I would find ways to, the Diamondbacks game was on somehow on, like, FS1 or whatever the hell was available, or Spike or whatever the hell that had baseball games when I was, like, 5 years old, 10 years old. I would sneak downstairs and watch Diamondbacks games I could find on TV because that's my team. I loved watching Randy Johnson just blow 103 mile an hour fastballs past people. And I love watching A-Rod hit dingers. I love watching Pedro just make dudes look silly with that changeup. Greg Maddux, basically never throw a ball his entire career.
Ridiculous.
It's Chipper Jones, arguably the greatest switch hitter ever. I could keep going about my childhood about baseball. I grew up loving baseball because I was introduced to baseball very early. Football became my first love after My Diamondbacks were shit for like 4 years in a row after 07.
So they were your second love then. Football was your second love.
Football was my second love originally. Now it's my first love. Football is like religion to me now.
It took precedent.
It took precedent around.
It traveled through time.
Circa the Deshaun Jackson punt return against the Giants. Anyway,
Which broke my heart.
Yeah, I get over it. You guys aren't gonna win. You guys are a meme of a franchise anyway. Anyway, Rob Manfred, right here. Speaking of memes, this glorified dumbass of a mafia boss level commissioner. I miss the mafia boss, Bud Selig, because at least he got shit done. Manfred has the intelligence of a kumquat. I don't even know what a kumquat is, but he's got the intelligence of one. I think it's a fruit or a vegetable.
Fruit.
Anyway.
Oh, good call. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Manfred and the MLB Players Union and those schmucks that we call the MLB owners. You guys were in prime position to get ahead of basketball. Adam Silver has been bailing water out of that boat for the past 2 years, watching his league decline down to where it was around 03-04 post Jordan, pre-LeBron. Pre-LeBron being in his actual superstar level. So why wouldn't you take advantage of that? No, the MLB owners are concerned about like X percentage of $1 zillion that they're going to get from MLB deals. So on my board, as the MLB finally has figured out their fucking shit, Rob Manfred, Players Union, MLBPA, and the owners especially, right here on the board. 3 targets. Take your pick, gentlemen. So that wraps up. Corner Booth dartboard is now my leg is falling asleep because this is one heavy-ass piece of plywood.
Mike, tell me you agree with mine.
I love Aaron Rodgers. I defend Rodgers.
I mean, I'm disappointed he's not coming to the Steelers. I never really believed it was going to happen, but like there's always that little bit of hope because, you always got to have that little bit of hope. So I guess I'll agree with you. I mean, Rodgers, I would probably put him up there.
I still like him.
I guess I wouldn't agree with you, man. Yeah, I don't.
He's getting a slap on the wrist from me.
Can I piggyback on Jared's stuff real quick?
Go for it, McCarthy.
So back around for the weekend, may it rest in peace. May it rest in power. I would occasionally do Commissioner Power rankings, and thank you. Right now at 922nd is Rob Manfred. He's obviously the worst commissioner in all of sports.
Makes Goodell look like the GOAT.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's my power rankings go Gary Bettman, which is I know is a really high reach for him because it's Gary Bettman, but still, he's managed to keep the NHL going. He had that he extended labor peace another 6 years during COVID shutdown, and the NHL is on the rise again. Got the big TV deal with the worldwide leader. They're on their way up. I put Adam Silver second because you don't really hear a lot from him, which is probably a good thing if you're.
He's the chillest.
Yeah, he's the chillest, and I'd Roger Goodell in third just because he's probably the most milquetoast commissioner NFL commissioner probably ever, because you had Rozelle, who is kind of a tough negotiator. You had Tagliabue, who is he's very chintzy on how he fined players for even like the uniform violations. Uniform violations, really? And you have Goodell,
Tagliabue was like Dean Wormer from Animal House.
Yeah, but in a good way, because he didn't really have a whole lot of labor strife with him. And Goodell is he's a run over. You can run over him. He's a pushover.
Like the Calvin Ridley suspension actually makes me upset, and not even because apparently like days before the like literally in the last like 5 days before the suspension came out, apparently Philadelphia and Atlanta were about like 5 hours from working out a Ridley deal that came out this morning. And I got texted about it, and I was like, really? Way to rub salt in the wound, jackass.
My thing with the Ridley thing with Ridley getting suspended for gambling isn't so much that he gambled, but he did it while he was supposedly on a mental health break.
Yeah.
Took some time off from mental health.
He was off. He wasn't playing.
Health. Yeah.
So that's why, honestly, if anything, he should only, as somebody who gambles and someone who actually has won like $30 out of Coach K's misery. Thanks, UNC. Fuck Coach K. The whole gambling thing is like, as long as he wasn't playing, there was no involvement in the game. Yeah, he bet on his Falcons, but he had no involvement in the game whatsoever.
No,
He was
but
away
the
from
thing,
the team.
but my part of it is that he was still under contract with the team.
Yeah, but at that point,
That's my thing.
slice it down to 7, 6, whatever it is. Because like, if he was in the games playing, then yes, slap a full fucking year on him, make him an example. But he was away from the team, and it was only $1,500. It was on a legitimate NFL sponsored app. It's like they're making it look like this guy's like Pete Rose who got caught up with a bookie who got busted. It's like, nah, this guy literally just logged on a FanDuel and just forgot to like be like, hey, my name's not Calvin Ridley, my name's Ralvin Sidley or something. I don't even fucking know. It's like
Ralvin Kidley.
Ralvin Kidley. It's like it's like seriously, like, come on. Like, I mean,
especially with the other suspensions too, like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like you look at other guys that have been suspended in the past for shit that's like wild. And
well, now we're getting to whataboutism, and I hate the whataboutism game. I mean, come on. I mean, that's just like the whole domestic violence thing. I get it, domestic violence thing. Yeah, suspend them. Don't hit women, especially don't hit women. Don't hit. Don't
hit anyone.
Partners.
Yeah.
Don't hit anyone
unless you're playing football.
But I kind of wonder if there's a rule where with the negotiation with the CBA and that the Players Association can appeal this to like 6 or 7 games.
Yeah,
they should be able to.
A little breaking news for Giants fans here: Sterling Shepard officially restructured his contract. Longest tenured Giant coming back to this clown show organization.
Clown.
You'll see when we win. You'll see when we win the NFC East.
Mitchell Trubisky starting quarterback for the Giants. You heard it here first.
Better than Hurts.
Better Daniel Jones.
Better than Hurts.
Just stop. Just
Mitchell
go home.
Trubisky will be better than Jalen Hurts.
Stop it. You're done. You're cut off.
And the Jets re-signed.
Listen, I was giving you comments. I think Mitch Trubisky honestly could make the Giants a decent team. He didn't let me finish. But do not insult my quarterback, because my quarterback actually has made it to a playoff. Got you there.
I mean, I guess that doesn't really mean he's a great quarterback. You know who else has made a play? You know who else who's made the AFC Championship? Blake Bortles. I don't really give a damn.
Do not speak about the boat that way, you heathen.
Not only that, you snuck into a wild card game and got your ass spanked by Tom Brady.
It's okay.
We really compared Jalen Hurts to Blake Bortles.
It's okay. Samir's just bitter because, unfortunately, his Giants are going to be in cap hell for the next 10 years because they throw bad contracts at anybody. Kenny Galladay is going to be an elite number 1 receiver. Can't get on the field. Kadarius Toney plays one good game.
Kadarius Toney, that's a draft pick. I mean,
hold on. And Adoree Jackson struggled in bump and run man coverage. Still struggles in bump and run man coverage. Listen, Samir, I love you, buddy. Dave Gettleman was the worst GM on the planet, and I pray for Giants fans because you guys literally were fucked over by him so bad.
I don't really give a damn. We got a new era, new Dable, Shane.
Daboul. Somebody pronounced his name wrong the other day.
You said that with McAdoo as head coach, too.
How many times have you said that?
There it is. Samir, I think you need to call him Macadoofus from now on. That's the only way you can refer to him as.
No, I mean, we've been doing that for years.
All right. We got 2 minutes on the clock, kids, before I go shower and inhale an insane amount of food. How we feeling? What's left on? What's that? Samir, it's your show. You got anything else for us?
What else I have is just joy. I saw a video today that was the music video. Obviously, Mace. I think it was Scoreboard Addicts posted it. Baseball's back. That's the one sentiment we got to add. Things are about to go down. I saw the tweet. I threw my hands up in the air and I screamed yes.
I was driving and I have a sprained muscle in my neck. That's why I've been like sitting weird all day because like literally I can't move my neck a certain way right now. But I screamed and I was like, yes.
Yeah, it was hype. It was hype as fuck. And
I was
that's all
also
we gotta
driving
think
it.
about.
I was also driving, flying through downtown Ridgefield, Fairfield, trying to get on the highway. So
Yeah, I mean,
Samir
I'm a
knows.
fan of sports. Yeah. Oh God, I hate driving in Connecticut. Everyone hates driving in Connecticut. Jesus Christ.
It is pretty bad in Connecticut.
It sucks.
I got to drive in Manhattan for the first time this week, boys.
Oh, very fun.
Not fun.
I did that trying to get out of Jersey City. I went to the Holland Tunnel twice.
I had a job in on West Broadway, and I was driving my Tacoma around. And I'm like, this ain't that bad. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly prefer this over driving through like Fairfield or Newtown. So, but
well, anyways,
right.
ladies and gentlemen, baseball is back. Being a sports fan is better than ever, and here we were to cover it all. The Corner Booth. Thank you for joining us. I'm Samir Singh, joined by Jared, Clem, Michael Benton, and Ryan McCarthy.
All right, before you sign off, you did good. You did good. Quick critiques. Ryan, where can we follow you at?
Oh, yes. So you can follow me at whoisRyanMCC on Twitter. You can also find No Crunches Required. New episode released tomorrow. It'll be on podcast form tomorrow, and it'll be on Belly Up TV on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Got an interview with Ducon Williams, who is covers everything arena football on Arena Football Statement.
Newest member of the Belly Up sports team. I'm kind of intrigued to hear this.
Indeed,
so yeah,
do.
There you go. All right, you can also follow our beautiful show at these great places down below. Quick little special shout out to my man Angela Duke of the Divots and Pivots podcast for stepping into the line of fire with me and doing an insane Tuesday show with me because there's way too many fucking football headlines to count. Andrew, you're a real one. Thank you. Hopefully we get you on live stream soon. Also, shout out to everyone else who's come on this week, the last couple weeks, while I've been scrambling to find guests, like my boys Scott and Mookie from Craft Bro. Oh my god, I texted Ryan. I think it was you who texted today. I said, I need a palate. We need a little some wholesome.
You need a palate cleanser from.
Listen, I think we talked about sports for a grand total of 7 minutes when those two idiots were on the show. I love them both. No, sorry, Scott and Mookie. Not idiots, because Scott's an intelligent human being. Mookie is just Mookie. So
I love Scott and Mookie. They're
the best. Yeah. And Mike accused me the next day of trying to steal his co-host. So I'm like, listen, well, when half your team basically bails the second the Super Bowl is over, not you, Samir, you're good. You're kind of just strapped with whoever he could bring in. So Ryan McCarthy has routinely answered the McCarthy signal, and I appreciate you. Shout out to Zach Mack.
When Gondor calls.
I like the beacons for 8, and you come running. Shout out to my man Zach Mack, our man Kelsey for and even Kevin for coming on for the first couple weeks after the.
What's Up Belly Up is tonight at 9:00.
Oh, are you on this week?
No, I'm just letting people know.
I forgot.
Just being a team player at Belly Up.
I remember back when What's Up Belly Up was like literally just interviewing random people from Belly Up and just not even talking about sports.
All right, yeah, we got a hotline up here on Tiki TV, Belly Up TV. But for us, the Corner Booth, we're signing off.
Peace out.
Peace.
Oh, wait, where can we find Mike?
Michael, where can we find you?
Yeah.
My Instagram is Mike_Benton_. That's what I got.
There you go.
Let's go.
All right.
There you go.
Giving you a follow now, Pally.
Very
All right.
All
Ladies
right,
and gentlemen,
Peace.
from the Corner Booth, goodbye.
Yeats
nice to your
official.
parents.
10% off Corner Booth.
Cheers, everybody.
Ballsy. Boom.